that program you were discussing, you guys are talking about tonight?
Nope, no, this is, no.
Hi, how are you?
Richard, how are you?
Good.
Okay.
Hi, Eric, how are you? Good, how's it going?
I'm Austin, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Bigger and bigger.
Hey, trimmed it up a little bit.
Did you? What's it called? Cool, yeah. How are you? Since before.
That's good. That's good. And the oldest will be 8
The oldest game, there's that.
Yeah.
A 1-year-old. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We gotta grow up with their kids and Doug is.
Take control.
All
All right, everybody's here. Let's get started here at 6:30. We'll call the session to order for the workshop. Dan, who did you want to speak with?
Well, we had a gentleman who was coming first in regards to the Energy Improvements Corporation. Obviously had some personal issues, he wasn't able to make it tonight.
Oh, okay.
He is gonna reschedule at a later date,
Yeah, I'll let you guys know. He didn't say what it was, but
so we'll just go to, Rich.
Okay, Mike Zimmerman was gonna join me, I don't know if we
He's coming in.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to sit over
Can I
here?
grab my-
Here, I'll slide.
All right. The honorable. Stay for you, no center state. Thank you guys for having me, and maybe thank you more for letting me in the first crack here, so we can get this underway, and I can get back to the kids and maybe get a 1-hour babysitter for it. Other than bringing him here, which we all know that's been done with varying degrees of success. The reason we're here today, I just want to come in here and talk to you about this program that the county is doing and implementing here in NT with, of course, your assistance. But it's something that is, we're looking to kind of add to what's already being done in the city. And Mike, if you want to tell them a little bit about, kind of how this got started, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. So Niagara County reached out to all municipalities, as far as I know. Reached out to us earlier in the year, and we started brainstorming options for fund the community development block grant program income funding that Niagara County has. Their community development block grant dollars that have a very a lot of restrictions as to how they can be spent and where those dollars can be spent. And the county said we have this money and want to get it out into the communities. So they reached out to all the different cities to find out what are you working on in your communities that is eligible for community development block grant dollars, and how can we allocate our funds accordingly. So we went back, looked at both our recently completed just earlier this year Oliver Street Community Needs Assessment, which was a block grant funded initiative. That really actually just had that purpose of determining what were block grant eligible potential projects in the Oliver Street corridor, and then also to our downtown area, to our smart growth community funding, and all of the outreach and planning and the placemaking process that's been going on there to find out if there were additional needs in that area that the block grant dollars could accommodate, so.
From what I understand is the money got derived from from repayment of loans and things like that, and then they had to be spent out, before they could move forward into other projects, into other grant applications and things like that. So we're looking to, kind of do something that had, the option of kind of getting it done, in the nearer term, and kind of getting those monies out in the community and making some big impact. So, we've done some things in Lockport, we've done some things in Niagara County. The only reason the Falls is not on the list is because they have their own funding from the state OCR. It's the Office of Community Development, and they get money from them separately. So that's the reason. So we reached out to the cities, we can make some big impact, and of course, we all know here how much you guys have been doing downtown. We know that no amount of money, can do everything on our wish list of downtown projects, and Oliver Street projects. So we certainly are aware of that, and this is going to be able to enhance some of those things. So this is going to be $73,000 to the good for the city of North Tonawanda with no match involved, and the $73,000, that wasn't a solid figure, but we came to that figure after looking at sort of needs and so forth. And I know Donna has talked to me a ton of times about how, that downtown initiative that we're doing is there, but there's a couple things that we're just, we would like to plug a few holes, right? That seems to be the thing. And Oliver Street, of course, you guys just finished that plan, and we need attention on it. We've been kind of chipping away at it for years. So this is something that could really kind of add to those projects. That's the goal. That's the sort of the idea here. So some of the things that we, kind of came up with, and I know working with the council, working with Mike, that we kind of put together a list of kind of priority projects that weren't gonna maybe get done as part of the big overall downtown thing, and need to be done. So that could be sidewalk improvements. If you ever walk down by Crazy Jake's in that area, some of those sidewalks, while, look beautiful when installed, some of those bricks need to be reset. That's not really a new material thing, it's just a, labor thing. You got, some of the sidewalks, and we know from doing the plantings on that street, there was vault and so forth underneath, so there's crumbling, sidewalks here and there. So some of those areas especially, are gonna be dealt with. And how many did you say we had there? We had a good number of problem areas that we're gonna go ahead and.
Yeah, we, over the summer with, as part of the placemaking project with Joy Keeler, did a walking tour down there and everything, and they put together a map of, I wanna say, 10 to 12 of the worst sidewalk sections, blocks of sidewalk, things that really need attention.
And you know as well as I do how hard it is to kind of get things, kind of everything you want. So this is another step in that direction. And some of those things that, while you're not gonna, maybe dedicate the major statewide grants that we receive to sidewalk, small little repairs, this is gonna be a big thing because, as soon as somebody trips over that, they're gonna see that beautiful sign, and they can't even fix the sidewalks. It's gonna be the first call you get. So we're gonna help maybe plug that hole. On Oliver Street, some of the things that.
Can we add to that list?
I don't see.
Because I was thinking, what is really needed down in the downtown area is Wi-Fi.
Oh, the wish list?
Yeah.
The wish list, yes, the wish list is constantly a work in progress.
And I would say
Never ending.
that to me is a priority, that we get people connected.
Yeah.
Especially people coming off of their boats in the summertime,
And one
going
time,
out shopping, and it would be nice if they could,
one time they had bad Wi-Fi there, I don't know if they ever.
Yeah, they
One time they had
the
some.
need for infrastructure is
One
there.
bar.
I just don't know what, and I think I asked about it a while ago.
You know,
Do you
that
have
laptop
find
doesn't
out?
work.
Absolutely sidewalks, but I thought we already had that covered.
This one here is gonna be in addition to the things that weren't gonna be covered. In addition to that, of course, priorities in this room, you guys have been very clear that Oliver Street is a major priority. Legislator Grant, couldn't be here today, but he wanted me to mention that, that even though that's not his district, that's a priority of his, and
Sure.
and,
And
certainly
we've
we.
gotten calls from some of the businesses,
Yeah.
Even besides getting calls and being a word, about what the city can do to assist them to try to, help, and we do have a sidewalk ordinance, we have issues there, but if we could somehow, make those safety adjustments there, that would be great.
And my wife will tell you as a jogger, she was, that Oliver Street has some of the best sidewalks in town. Nice and flat, smooth, but what we don't have is trees. We don't have a lot of that green space, and that's been sort of a pet project of mine going back quite a few years, just trying. I think I planted 25 trees on that street with my own, hard work and trying to dig into that ground and trying to get trees to plant, and I'd say 18 of them are still there, so that's good, they're growing, they're doing, some, don't make it. Anyway, this would be in addition to that, right, we can talk about removing parts of concrete, and I know,
Right, when we looked at Oliver Street, opened up the plan and, knowing what block grant dollars potential uses could be, zeroed in on the streetscape improvements kind of section of the plan, and looked at, a couple of blocks of Oliver from basically Wheatfield on the north and down to about Summer, about where the train tracks cross, they're right in there. That on both sides of the street from that couple block stretch, there's a really wide course of concrete, 2 courses, I think it's wide, there's no street trees, it's really barren and pretty unattractive.
You're right.
So we got some quotes together with the city DPW, and with, Joey Keebler to get us some pricing, and how we want to put the dollar amount to install some street scale, street trees, and remove some of that sidewalk, some of that concrete on that couple block stretch.
and to me, guys, once I deliver, we get the money, it's on you to, kind of make sure that this happens, but, it's, been a long-standing kind of, interest of mine to get I think that the street it has old buildings, it has a certain amount of charm, but what it's missing is that green factor, it's got, it's missing that sort of nice homey feel, and I think it's because it's so barren. If you go, I remember doing one time a count between Summer and Wheatfield, and it was like 3 trees or something ridiculous. It was so low that you can't believe on that several block stretch. It's very, very low, and I know I planted some in Oliver, or in front of Back of Rose and those areas, but it's rough. So, if you could kind of green that up and sort of make some headway there, I'd love to see it continue all the way up Oliver Street, certainly. That's something you can do in-house, but that's just
Is this something we wanna do in the Spring Ridge, or when we?
Yeah, you want to,
Well, there's sidewalks too.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't do anything
here,
now.
how you're kind of restricted by, putting concrete down, in the cold weather months, so it's, as long as it's, the ground's not frozen, you can
Yeah.
get into that, removing part.
Right.
Right.
And then as soon as it gets a little bit warmer, you put the tree in, it's better in the spring than in the summer,
Yeah.
certainly. But there's also, if you're talking about doing that section, that, as you know, and I know Donna knows, very well, that is our porous census tract too. That's right through the heart of our porous census tract, and we really want to see that area liven up with business. So it's kind of with that plan in mind that we can kind of, hopefully reinvigorate. But there are a lot of good small businesses there. So I think they'd appreciate it. I talked to Amy Saleo from Sherwood Forest, and she does a beautiful job of the building. And we've talked about this a lot of times, and certain, sometimes it's been cut, or sometimes it's been, kind of proposed, and then, it wasn't high priority. With this, the money coming in should make that priority, certainly a lot higher, I would hope. And then
No, that's great.
Well, it's
So,
great.
It's a great, we appreciate the
Yeah.
assistance there, and it's a much needed, thing, and we're glad that the county and that the block grant also, can, to help the city out with that, and that would satisfy so many people, and spruce it up a lot, even with that Oliver Street area.
You guys have been great partners, right along, of course, everybody in this room has been working well together. But, there's sort of a reputation out there that North Tonawanda, when they get money, they get it done. It doesn't just sit there.
We're stewards,
It,
good
it,
stewards.
it makes its way into, things that actually happen, unlike some other places that have a little less good track record. We actually turn it around and do a lot of the work in-house, and I'm excited to see this, put to good use, but that's,
And we can
Yeah.
try to see this really effort start taking, shape in early spring, just because we don't want it to be, disruptive to any of the other, or things that happen, especially when summer hits. It's not a thing we really can postpone. If we get the the dollars, I'd like to just, if they're allocated for certain things, let's
Yeah,
get it
make it
done.
happen.
And the downtown merchants will be very appreciative, because that's all you ever hear
Yeah, I
when
was,
you go down there.
I was just gonna say, I
Because
can-
Oliver's, they're out, everybody loves Webster Street, but it's the sidewalks that we
Yeah.
get. the
Yeah.
most
I can relay that to them at the next merchants meeting, because
They will
they
be,
like to grill me.
just talk
about
to
the
Suzanne.
sidewalks and-
I just talked to her 3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and she was, if there's something you can do about the sidewalks.
And I'd love to see those bricks.
Yes,
And
And
what,
bricks.
that involves popping them out and
Yeah.
re-sanding them. That's just a thing you have with bricks, that's just how it
Yeah.
works, so if you wanna keep bricks, that's what it is.
Would you think the DPW then would do the trees and the sidewalks, or who would wanna do that?
You know, I mean, they do pour some sidewalk, I mean, that's, you know, I mean, is it, do you wanna make it part of this other bigger project? I mean, that's, I guess, we're into the weeds a little bit, but.
Right, I mean, to get the kind of budgeted amounts, I got costs from, DPW and quotes on
Yeah.
what it would take for the contractors they
Right.
use under their contracts, they
Yeah.
can do it. So that,
That would make it
but if there was city labor involved, maybe you could stretch the dollars, sure.
right.
At one time, you know, those bricks, which, you know, settle, and if you look in front of Webster's.
Yeah.
You see what they should look like.
Right.
And if you look down some other areas, it gets, certain spots are worse than others, and I imagine that's underground stuff that's going on, but you need to re-sand them, so, the Parks Department had done that in the
Okay.
past. Now, I know the guy who had done it had retired, and, you know, we can get Steve Socha to come out of retirement. But, you know, I mean, it's something that they had done in the past, whether or not they have the manpower, the ability to do it anymore, I don't
Actually
know.
was in Milwaukee, in the fall, and down in a certain section of their, city, it was called the Third Ward. And it was exactly like Webster Street, and they were actually doing that, they had the bricks around the trees.
Yep.
And that was one of their projects, the guys were out there pulling the bricks out and redoing.
That's the nature
And
of
it looked exactly like Webster Streets, right down there, it was beautiful.
whether there's people that do that or maybe people in-house, but I'm, you know, I've seen it done, I just never done it myself personally, but,
are we anticipating the money before the end of this year?
that's what I can't answer, was when do you expect that, I think it's in the county's hands, right? I believe,
It's in the county's, I mean, it's in the county coffers, and I think they, by directive, I think they have to have it spent by like May of
Okay.
2019 anyways.
Yeah.
You know, what the procedure
That's why we're
is for
picking
when-
projects that are in the,
Sure.
you know, in motion right now, yeah. And that's, you know, but it's good stuff, and it's something that we couldn't have done, maybe the whole thing anyway, like I said, I've been in this business long enough to know you put up a pretty new something somewhere else, and they're mad that that sidewalk I just tripped on couldn't be fixed, you know, so we can get those things done. And that's something that the meat and potato stuff that we can really kind of accomplish, but I look forward to seeing the progress, I certainly, you know, if you need any input or want any input, or maybe I'll just give it anyway, but, I'd love to.
No.
We appreciate it, and
I'd love to see what this looks like, in practice, so, thank you guys for letting me come in, any other questions?
no,
No, thank you.
No? Okay,
we're excited about it,
Well,
thank you.
I'm not as excited, I'll be home early.
Yeah,
But
but-
I'll do it. Thank you, guys.
He said Oh, yeah, no, I want you to,
Okay.
thanks for
Thanks.
coming.
Wanna make more?
You may know. Appraisal
No,
for Tonawanda Island?
probably, but I didn't see it yet.
Alright.
Yes, right now, guys, we just had general discussion.
You wanna start first, and then what we got there?
Looks like you have a whole
No,
pile.
this is, a lot of this is old stuff. Any questions or issues with, the $3,000 for Niagara Community Action Program, Inc.?
No, I don't have any issues, we've done it for,
The money goes directly to residents in need
yes.
in the city of North Tonawanda. So I encourage you to keep that program
Yes.
going.
Okay.
But not only that, but NICAP brings in so much more resources and funding dollars into our residents, so the little bit we give them, we gain a lot.
Yes.
Any objections to, the Roswell Park ride?
No,
No.
no, not at all.
Lumber City Church.
for their time to shine.
Night to shine.
Close the street, no?
Yeah, we did that for the Hope Way dedication, but maybe a year or two ago, we closed it off. I know Karen Smith was a little leery on that event, but for this, Night to Shine event, I think you need to do that for safety.
Yeah.
And the numbers that'll be attending this thing, and I think there's 700 churches involved, and, I think this is gonna be a big event, and I think we definitely need to close off that area. Does anybody have a problem with that?
No, should be great at that. I already volunteered to
Yeah,
work
I
it.
did too.
Like, it's the first time I saw him
Yeah.
reach out to people. That's amazing that he's coming here. For the
And if
vote.
there's anything else the city can do to help them out, I'd be willing to meet with them or talk with them or, make people aware. Maybe we could put something on our website that this event's happening. It's, we're lucky that NT was one of the spots that was chosen, to, hold this event.
Around the country.
Yeah, for the special needs, people. I think it's gonna be a great event. And I wanna just do whatever it takes to make it successful and, I don't know if there's, anybody else has any other ideas besides volunteering on what we wanna do. But, I know I'll be there.
Absolutely.
Does anyone have any questions in regards to the water bills I sent you all?
I had a couple,
Yeah, do we wanna go over this?
And I think, I don't know if Luke had a chance to look at any of them.
I briefly looked at them, I didn't really get to dig into it at all. I don't know what Craig was
Okay. Do we wanna just go over them and then
Talk
maybe
about
recap
I would
another
just-
time?
before we talk about them, I just, Luke could make it really clear on, we've gotta be careful with, what
Yeah,
we
and
do here.
that's, I mean, like I said, I haven't had a chance to go over them yet, so what I would suggest is, why don't I look at them and I can take a look at what bills could potentially be, legally could be, they could be held with, and I could do a memo regarding all the
Yeah.
bills. I think that'd be easiest, just kinda lay it out there and then we can talk about
I
it.
think that's a better way ahead than us
That's good.
I
talking
think so
about it
too,
now.
because, we don't, there's only certain things we're limited to, it has to be.
Yeah. And like I said, I just haven't had a chance to look at the law and look at all the requests that we got, so.
Yeah, some of them were a little weird too,
Yeah.
like, didn't really add up, so the big one. I used my red pen on that one,
I did read that one,
yeah.
so I will get that out to you before the next, is there another workshop this month?
This is the end of the month.
We could talk about it.
But I'll send it out, I'll send it around. I'll get it out.
That'd be great.
I do have one other item, wait till the end, because it's gonna require us going into special session.
Okay.
So, and it has to do with the food trucks at the school on December
Third.
3rd. Does anyone have anything they wanna bring up?
I'll just mention this year, the Mayor's Snowflake Charity Ball will be taking place February 16th at the Knights of Columbus Hall on Erie Avenue. And the charity this year will be our local Meals on Wheels. Since they do such a job in our community, and they also take in the city of Tonawanda. So between the two twin cities, they provide quite a tremendous service for the community. That is very much appreciated by those that are shut-ins and those that are in need.
What was the date again?
February 16th.
Sounds like a very worthwhile charity, so look forward to that.
And we appreciate the opportunity to be the beneficiary.
Oh,
Yes.
Does anyone have anything else?
Did everyone see the letter from,
Geneva.
Rob Frank?
Yeah. Yep.
So I think that it's, to we send a letter out to all the residents, so let's give them a heads up that, I mean, no, we got to most of them, but
Yeah, you went through all the houses
as
and,
many as we could get
and-
between me and Mark,
cause some were just tenants, right?
right?
And we gave them notices prior, and now we can just give them another notice, I guess, right?
And send it out.
And it
I
went
think
through
we
the
should
board.
send a
Yeah,
letter
well,
to
and
each
then
one
you
of
can-
them.
He can just weigh in on the plowing thing, I guess, is
Yeah.
the last piece of it, right?
No, he said, Mark Zelman said he felt that the best way would be
That
from
way.
Lincoln to Lincoln.
That's
Um,
what I thought, I wanted to make sure.
So it's still going back and forth a little bit, so, Mark wanted to talk to Dale Marshall about something also, but just wanted to. That's all, okay.
And I'll make sure those letters are sent, because a lot of times we have bills, they might go to the owner's house, and I'll have that address. So I'll make sure they go to the actual house, and if the owner has another address, I'll send to that address
That would
also.
be great. Thank you.
And then I did get the Zimmerman thing, but, I have to review
Where
that again.
is, I like
Oh, yeah, I have the plans.
Yeah, I got the, but I have to review it.
It's going, it's on the planning board,
It's not that big,
third.
one that third up there.
It's
I
between,
know,
it's in that same area, it's
you
next to.
printed it out,
How does that work? So print it out. and, you know,
cause it was
Cause there's
very
one big
difficult to
building.
see it on here.
Is it part of the other building that's already went up? It's
Totally
separate,
separate.
are they the same owner?
Separate people.
Yeah, cause people thought the fire department was getting a whole new building. I
Oh,
just
yeah,
sort of
well, that's
stomped
what
that
that's-
out.
No.
Exactly
I was
what's
like,
wrong
no,
with
no, no, no.
Facebook is good for some things,
Yeah,
but
right.
not for others.
Yeah, but it's actually quite a
True.
substantial, site.
I know,
Did you look at it?
yeah, I'm here. No, I know, I looked at it, it was very difficult to look at.
Yeah, so like the building.
Yeah, it's going to the planning board on December third, for their review.
What is it?
Just
It's just a storage facility.
contractor storage facility, I'm not quite sure. Where is it? It's on Zimmerman.
Over all the
Yeah.
tracks.
Is it, they're at the first step?
It's the first time they're seeing it.
It was hard to read the side bar.
That's what I was trying, I couldn't.
You see what it, how it came through? So I was like all doubled. And I don't know if it's a city email or just the program not compatible with.
Program?
Yeah.
But I did try to print it out at home, so I'll have to review it and, you can keep us posted on how it's received and what the comments are from the, planning board.
Yeah, no problem. Anyone else? Okay, we all know on December third is the tree lighting ceremony. And last time we talked about it at the workshop, the school district had requested, three food trucks, J&L Barbecue, Soups On, and Sassy Cakes.
Yes,
We discussed at that last workshop, there would be no issue with waiving the permit fee, but they had to come in and fill out the paperwork and they had to get a background check.
yes,
The only one that complied was J&L Barbecue.
okay.
So,
So who are the other two?
Soups On and Sassy Cakes, so it's too late for those two.
They can't do it?
Today's the last meeting before the event.
What's this?
Well, you could vote to waive it if they came in, if they had enough time for the background check.
Last year we did that with Soups On,
Soups on.
they came and went to the thing without a background check.
Okay.
Now, is it finished for J&L Barbecue or are they the only ones?
J&L's good, they're all set, they're good to go.
And I have to say that I like it this way better because, I think we've had some miscommunications with the event and the process that wasn't understood properly. And then therefore, we were, it considered the fact that we didn't take action, but we didn't get presented this, so I like that we're working together on this.
And I have, Greg has been given copies of our code.
Yes.
He's been given emails. The principals of all the schools have been given copies of our code and emails.
Yeah, because we want to help, it's just that we have to follow this process.
I think it's the owners. It sounds like
Well, it could
they
be the
were
owners,
all-
like, I know with Sassy Cakes, we've talked to her specifically before.
And I
Yeah,
know
So
it's
she
that-
doesn't, she doesn't get that it's, the permit's
separate.
good for a calendar year, January to December.
Oh, okay.
2 years ago, she came and got it in November,
I know.
and then she's wondering why it's not good,
The
They don't
permit
file in
is-
November.
or the background check?
the permit. Well, you get a background check every year.
Right, but that's her issue right now, is just background check.
No, she doesn't have a
No.
permit either.
Yeah, permit.
Oh, the fee
Every
we're
year.
waiving, right,
The fee
she
you're
still
waiving.
needs her
She
permit.
still needs to
Got
fill
it.
out paperwork.
And I know that truck was at the Hope Way dedication, so she's familiar with that process from
Yeah,
2 years ago.
if they were there, they weren't technically supposed to be.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's on the business owner, right,
Yeah.
so,
So I was gonna go in a special session to approve the waiving of the fee for J and L Barbecue.
okay.
Since they, like I said, went through the process, they filled out the paperwork, they paid for their background checks, they got them back.
And they didn't offer us any other alternatives to those two that couldn't,
No, they knew they had to get it done.
so,
And now they're only gonna have one truck.
Just
up
one
there,
truck,
is that
huh?
what you're saying?
is there any way for someone, a different business to come in if they already have their background check done
There's-
and everything?
Is there
I'm
anybody
sure
in the city
there's-
that has?
but they haven't proposed
Dragon Babies is, I believe, is the only other one.
That has their background check, who
And a
could be,
permit for the year.
oh,
it, but they may not wanna be at the event or not. I
So-
right,
So, I mean, I can double check and email you, but as far as you know, Dragon Babies is the only other truck that's permitted for 2018.
Yeah.
And has their background check. So now J and L Barbecue.
I'm just thinking like if we send something to the school board or Greg
We
and
can let
just
them know,
say,
but if they
yeah,
don't book
like,
them, they don't book them.
feel free to contact so-and-so.
Well,
if
sure,
there's-
yeah, they can.
The other business owners failed to, you know,
Will
fish
we
the
have
back.
time to approve that if they do decide?
Well, they're already,
Yeah.
they're already allowed to.
We just
So-
wouldn't waive their fee, right?
Well, they've already
That's-
paid. Dragon Babies already paid.
Oh, okay.
They're good for the year.
Okay, so the permit and
So
the
just
fee,
add-
They got background checked and permitted at the beginning of this year.
okay, so they don't have to pay a
It's
fee
not
every
per
time they
event, no,
want.
it's $100 a year
Got it,
for their
Okay.
permit fee.
cool, okay, so they're good to go.
Yeah, so Dragon Babies are good to go.
So you need a motion to go into special
Yeah,
session?
need a motion to go into special
I'll make
session.
that motion. We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any special session for this?
Okay, need a motion to waive the permit fee for J and L Barbecue.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
By Alderman Denzelka, second by Alderman Pecoraro.
Can I have roll call on this, please?
Alderman Tyler,
Aye.
Pecoraro.
Aye.
Berube. Aye. Braun,
Aye.
Denzelka.
Aye. Motion carried.
Take a motion to leave special session.
I'll make the motion.
Second,
Alderman Braun, second by Alderman Tyler.
We have a motion and a second to leave, special session. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're out of special session.
That's all I had.
Are you doing the lighting contest again this year?
Yes, the 13th,
Okay.
of December.
Can it go on our website?
yeah, how do people apply, or like, what's the,
The information, I think is already starting to out.
do we have a
Can it
flyer?
be
We have
put-
a,
Can you give me stuff there and put it on the website?
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
the
yeah.
information.
Can you give it to me one, so I can
Yeah.
post it on Facebook or something?
Yeah.
I thought it was out there.
It's a fun one. It's a funny one,
So it's in the
Griswold
news-
Ward.
Yeah,
So I mean, you
Right?
He fell off the
Once in
roof, the
once in
Kleenex fell off a
Right.
few times.
Carson, yeah.
It's on that website.
Is it
right?
new
It
that
was.
is it
It's
new
not
that
really on
people
the
can
website,
nominate?
website,
Or
I don't
have they always been able to nominate?
Yeah.
Is that new?
No, I think they've always nominated. I believe.
It's easier to find people.
Like they-
We have the stuff downstairs,
Like I can nominate you. I didn't know if people.
I have two blow-ups on my front lawn, doesn't count.
It's a-
That's my husband's outside. I mean, for me, it would be much bigger and
Did
better.
they put that on the Parks and Recreation website, guys?
It's just-
Can we put it on our,
It should
like,
be on
the
it.
City Hall
Yeah, it should
news
be on
portal?
yeah, As long as
How
I,
hard is it
as long
to
as Dan
put
gets it to me.
stuff on that?
Yeah, Dan, you
News
get that to them tomorrow?
Takes me a minute if you get me stuff.
So we can just keep blasting you with stuff to
Yeah.
put on
Oh,
there?
boy.
As long as it's not political. Yes.
As long as it's not political, okay?
Just a minute.
There's lighting.
It's city,
You just
anything to
send it
do
me.
with the city,
Send it to me.
okay?
Don't put it on. Don't keep political, can't be red and blue lights, huh?
Yeah,
Vote for me.
Yeah.
it can't be,
Oh, it can't.
it can't be a vote for Santa. Sorry, vote for Santa, it's political, sorry.
Because I thought I saw that our NT neighborhood watch was also having some kind of little contest through their thing. Yeah, I think see, it's Facebook, Facebook is this.
Yeah,
You
that's,
scroll through and you see all this crazy stuff and.
Luke, is your blanket drive done, or is it still going?
It's all set.
all finished?
My daughter finished a project she handed out at the Lumber City Church.
And how many did you get, how'd it go?
I forget the other organization she went through, but
Nice,
she collected over 100 blankets.
that's awesome,
Good.
There you go.
nice.
there you go. All right, do anybody else have anything that we need to go on top of this?
Wait, just thought about it. What's your guys' thoughts on the Eaton agreement?
The what?
Eaton,
Oh, with the printing?
the
Weren't
printing?
we supposed to
If you
follow
guys
up
have no
with
decision on that,
information?
that's fine, but
No,
How many printers do we have?
I,
I think they were supposed to give me what the actual contract was.
yeah, they were,
did we get that to you?
they get to.
No.
Let's see if we can get that to Luke, and if Luke doesn't see any issues with the contract, I mean, I'd like to explore savings.
Sure.
Or, did you say you wanted that other group to get involved and between the two of them, pick the better?
No, that was the other thing. That was the utility.
Oh, yeah, what are we doing with that?
I thought we were RFP it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need a few, is that, so that would be something we have to check with this HP if that's,
Yeah, I mean, the Eaton thing, I wanna see the contract. There gotta be a catch somewhere because
Yeah, I know.
they're already supplying our toner. They're already supplying us. Now they're offering to give us a discount
yeah.
and
Service.
service everything
If
for just a
even,
promise, but I don't know, so
Well,
maybe,
doesn't-
maybe their parts are, cause you have to buy HP parts then. So I'm thinking
Right.
that their parts are more expensive.
yeah, oh, that's
Than,
fixed,
than the
or
generic parts,
that's
so.
broken, no, it's
I would like
not
to see the
affected.
contract before we commit anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
they said we didn't have to like, we could just get rid of the HP printer
You
and
don't
not.
get anything for free off.
I know, I was asking a lot of questions that meeting, so it's like, come on.
So if they could send that over, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, and if
Could be
he
good.
sees it's good, I don't see why we can't explore savings. The contract's fine.
that was it. Exactly done now.
Art, anything else?
No, that's it.
No. We're good? Good. Good.
What about Fort Bill Taylor?
Can't hear you.
Bill Taylor?
Oh,
boy. Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh,
yeah, that was unfortunate.
yeah, but
I
it is,
did talk to him today,
he's home.
he's home, he is recovering,
He's having bad luck with roofs and ladders.
yeah, I guess.
Officially done?
We can go watch Saber game.
In a row. All right.
All right.
My work, so
This one's done.
it's 46.
Have something?